gave at the same time. Giving forth. Take the pledge and give to the causes you care about at america250.org.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
10 seconds.
Now is your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Liberty. That's Liberty. Enter it now.
Ooh, Tank, let's play a fun game.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy.
Brought to you live by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings.
What? Wait, you don't like peanut butter and jelly?
It's the year of the quarterback.
Old Trip and May over here.
And we have a super chat.
And then he set the freaking house on fire.
You make my brain hurt sometimes.
Now, you know you can't say the wordy dirds on the Radio Box.
We're all the way down the rabbit hole now.
Fire them cannons, by golly.
Being a Jets fan, toxic.
It's a football Friday.
And for the 2027 mock draft, the Panthers take...
Tank needed our help to download Instagram. First reel he ever posted. 19 million views.
You're in the Sportsocracy. We'll be back right after this.
My penance in hell is going to be following Tank Spencer around with a camera.
You can find us everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app or catch us on YouTube.
We have breaking news. Tank, hit the button.
Oh, it's a great day to be alive, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. I lived in Greenville for a couple years. Absolutely loved it.
Jaboozy!
The Sportsocracy Upstate. I like it. I got an echo in my head. This is not good.
It's never good when you have an echo. He's Tank Spencer. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Sportsocracy Upstate. Trey Falco running the board. It's day 2 of all the things that are new. We have buttons. I believe Trey has figured out his side of the buttons.
Sure.
At some point, they have to give me access because I have a blank screen. You know what the system tells me right now? What time it is.
That's important.
Very expensive watch. That's what I currently have. I could have had a Rolex. Instead, I got this one. You know, sometimes you don't get the gift you're looking for. But hopefully today we are the gift you're looking for right here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. We're doing stuff. First day NBA free agency. You know, I mean, it's really just a beautiful day. It's almost like the day you buy a boat. Trey, you ever heard the saying about buying a boat?
Enlighten me.
2 best days of your life. Day you buy it, day it sinks. Funny thing is, in the NBA, when you go out and get free agents, a lot of times those days are the same day. Kelly Oubre going to the Indiana Pacers.
Ooh.
Woo! Look, we're still on LeBron James' watch.
Oh, yay.
Who will he play for? Will it be the Golden State Warriors? The Golden Boys? Will they be reuniting in Oaktown? Tank, anything in the NBA just really light your fire today?
Well, I mean, there's nothing like, looking at a fan base. And look, I know you lost one of the greatest players of all time, but hey, strap in for this, guys. We've got Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler, and Sandro Mamukelishvili.
And somehow that little hodgepodge you just said, Walker Kessler actually don't mind. Really good shot blocker. The only problem is, he missed virtually the entire year last year. All of that somehow cost them more than Luka Doncic, who's one of the 5 best players in the NBA. I would still kill to have been a fly on the wall in the Dallas Mavericks offices when L.A. called and said, we'll give you Anthony Davis, who plays occasionally, and a whole 1 first-round pick. And Dallas went, do it! Do it now! It won't get better than this. Do it immediately. And then somehow Dallas has been gifted new life with Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flagg and all of the different things. And they have Dusty May as their head coach.
You should also go and try to find that guy who did that trade. Where's he at right now?
I think I have to pick up dinner on the way home. I think he is actually now the assistant to the regional manager at Whataburger. May see him tonight. Really excited. I haven't had a Whataburger in a while. One of the sweet little treats that happens when I'm down here in the Upstate. You can get involved in the show. That's the goal of the show, is for you to get involved. Calling lines open 864-240-5480, or you can hit us with a text 864-777-9593. And we have already had someone do that. Soaring Eagle said, so some NBA news regarding Jeremy's team. For those of you new to me in the Upstate, I am a fan of – and when I say fan, I'm doing bunny ears and quotes. I love Nikola Jokic. Anybody who just wants to go, I must go home, feed the horse.
You got to go see horses.
Horse has not been ridden in many moons. Must get back to horse and catch moose and squirrel.
Many moons.
That's why I love the Nuggets. They have reached out to LeBron. Are you more do whatever it takes to get him, or I don't want that headache in Denver at all? Well, Denver's a fun story right now because right now they're in 2 active pursuits on 2 fronts. They can trade Jamal Murray and every pick between now and when the first number in the year is a 3 instead of a 2 to get Jaylen Brown. Or they can get LeBron James for dollars. I would rather have LeBron with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. So I'm not going to say I'm in the do anything to get him. That would almost be, and to me, that one's so clunky. Like, just the fit of him in Denver is so clunky because he's not what he used to be. So he's not this absolute elite, get to the rim at all costs, nobody can guard him. Now he's more of, he still has a touch of athleticism, far more than, the average person, but not at a high level NBA-wise. He's really bright. He's a pretty good passer, but he's kind of more old guy at the gym, YMCA, elbow throwing, wearing way too many sweatbands than he was back in the day. So
whatever the NBA record for assists is, Denver would set it.
Oh, no. I mean, between Murray, Jokic, the only problem is I'm not sure any of them really want to shoot. Ideally, they're all 14 assists a night, and you've got, who would be the beneficiary of that? That would be the most selfless team in NBA history. I'm trying to even think, who's the one guy that gets the ball and just goes, my time? Because Aaron Gordon, maybe? Because they just don't have many. That would make Denver a Christian Braun. Christian Braun has never seen a dunk or a three-pointer that he didn't like. I've always liked that kid. His game's it's not a work of art, we'll say, but it is fun to watch. You can always get involved with the call-in line, and we've had someone do that. 864-240-5480. Caller, who is this?
Hi, my name's Isaiah.
Hey, Isaiah.
I wanted to just come on here and mainly, I just want to first. I got a question, but the first thing I want to say is I appreciate you guys so much. For over these past couple of years, just watching you guys. It just helps me get through the day. So I kind of just wanted to say thank you to you and Tank, and it's amazing. Thank you guys for real.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Awesome. Is this Isaiah Crandall?
Yes. From Facebook, the one that always messages you.
Always fantastic to put a voice to a name. Some of the I have to before we get to your question, I have to give a little backstory on Isaiah. Isaiah and I've never met in person. I think do you live in Ohio?
Yeah, I do. I live in Ohio. It's far away. I don't know. I don't understand how I did it, but I remember, during the draft a couple years ago, I found you guys for the first time, and I don't know what it was. I think it was just the openness and the free balling of just talking, and it was just real. And it was compared to like sports shows today that you hear. It was just amazing to hear, just people being open and real, not just scripted and all that, bull crap you hear today.
It's funny you say that. So we had obviously this is a new market for us, but I know all of these people. So one of the program directors here, Aaron, just great guy. He sent me a text yesterday that we were talking about the tech issues in the room, and this is the first time he and I've worked. We've worked together, but this is the first time we've worked together. And he sent me a text laughing, and I said, "Oh yeah, that's something I probably should have told you. We are ADHD without the medication, and we will always break the fourth wall because that's what we want. That's what we would want as listeners."
Absolutely.
But one question I got is, so I'm a big Browns fan, obviously, but I wanted to ask, okay, so say you have the number one pick in the draft, you're the Browns, which they probably will. I mean, they suck. But I want to know who, if you could pick one of the quarterbacks in the draft, who would you pick? Dante Moore, Arch Manning. I mean, who would you guys go with if you could have the one pick? I would go Arch. I mean, I really like Arch. I think the upside's great. I like CJ Carr also, but it'd be between one of them two. I like Dante Moore, but that Indiana tape last year, I mean, I kind of got sour on him. I don't know what it was, but
the Indiana tape was a lot like when your kid brings home a report card and they squint when they do it. Like, you're not going to love this.
Exactly.
So it's a great question, and Isaiah has always had this weird ability. We've never met. But when I've had just absolutely the worst day, and I think I'm in my own little feelies, he has this weird ability to send me a text on those days. It's wild. I've told my wife about it. It's like the worst days. I'm like, I'm going to hear from Isaiah at some point today, and he hits about 80 to 85% of the time. So I want to say we appreciate you, and we appreciate you calling. To answer your question, if I'm any of the teams in the NFL, this is the march to Arch. I know not everybody believes that. Not everybody is sold on Arch and, the tape early on, the game against Ohio State. When you talk to people in the NFL, Arch has prototypical size. He has prototypical pedigree. He's also an absolute bonanza money-wise. Arch Manning is $1 billion put in your hand in perpetuity. And so for me, everybody I talk to in the league, that's where it starts. Now, when you get from there and you get to 2, you could get a range of answers that probably goes 7 deep. I hear CJ Carr a lot because Carr does have more prototypical speed. He's got the pedigree because Lloyd Carr is his grandfather. I think it's his grandfather. Yes. And so we don't have the depth necessarily on Carr because he's only been a 1-year starter. And there are a lot of people close to him that say he will not come out in this class. But he's the one that it seems like the NFL hats like me are sitting back going, if anybody's going to challenge Arch, and now Arch will have to slip off the pedestal for it not to be him. But if anybody could challenge him, it would be CJ Carr.
Yes, he's the one guy. I don't know what it was, but it was after that after the A&M game, because I'm a big A&M fan too. But it was after that A&M game that I really started to, I don't know, just become a big fan of his. And I like Lenore Sellers too a lot. There's a lot of upside with him too. But also, okay, so one last question. I have to ask both of you, Tank, Jeremy, what are your, because I'm a big wrestling fan too, top 5 favorite wrestlers?
Oh, man.
Of all time.
The funny thing about the two of us is that we have dedicated our lives to the NFL, but we both get this little glee because I can see him on the Zoom, and I saw his eyes light up when you asked a wrestling question, and I did the same thing at the same time.
Man, I'm obsessed with wrestling. I mean, I love it, dude.
I mean, my one forever and for always is Shawn Michaels. I mean, Shawn Michaels that was the one when I was a kid that I was the little heartbreak kid trying to ride the zip line across the couch, and I mean, at 9 years old I probably outweighed Shawn Michaels, so not necessarily the greatest apples to apples. So we're talking.
My all-time favorite was always Sting. So I mean, he's on my Mount Rushmore.
And this is favorite, not best.
No, just favorite. Yeah.
So my favorites, probably in order, would be Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon more than Scott Hall. Both kind of the same guy, but Razor was way more over the top.
Yeah, you just had more character.
No doubt. And then my three would probably be Sting.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy's going to be higher than you want him to be just because I think he was so different. And Edge, Adam Copeland. That would probably be my top five.
Since I'm younger, Jeff Hardy is definitely one of the biggest in my life. He's probably I'd probably put him in my top 10.
He's up there. He's up there really high for me because he was just something I'd never seen before. Because he's bigger than you think, or he's bigger than most people think, I should say. And to fly around like that, I mean, he flew around like Rey Mysterio. So
exactly, he's a big dude.
Tank, your final four there.
Oh, I'm going. All right, so Sting, Bret Hart. I was always a Bret Hart guy.
Which is funny because that's he would if we got to our top 2,000, Bret Hart would not get into mine.
Wow,
that's crazy.
I cannot stand Bret Hart. There is something about his face that I just want to. I want to grab his perm and yell in his face as loudly as I can. I was a Shawn Michaels guy. I knew they hated each other.
Ric Flair. No one's better than Ric Flair. I will have to say Rob Van Dam. Electric. Loved his moves. And Eddie Guerrero.
Oh. If this was a daily draft, I just lost. They just smoked me. I took the lead answer at first, and I got slaughtered.
Yeah.
I love the. But thank you guys so much. It was great to hear. Finally, talk to you guys for the first time.
Absolutely, did. It's one of the things we were most excited about this show was the ability, to put a face to a name. We've been doing this for a long time. Tank and I we tell people this all the time. We are like brothers. We've been doing this a decade. Most people in this business have had 7 partners, and they've tried to kill 3 of them by this time. He probably says quiet obscenities sometimes when I can't hear him, and I do it way less than you would think. But things like that, that's what we love, and that's what we built this all around, is things just like that. Sportsocracy Upstate here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. He's Tank Spencer. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. After this, we'll be right back on WROO. Call-in lines open, 864-240-5480, or text line 864-777-9593. As always, we're brought to you by Ingles Markets. On your way home, stop in, see what your local Ingles has today. I've been in 4 in 6 days because I've been on the road, and that is my one-stop shop for everything, and it should be yours too. Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. We'll be back right after this.
South Carolina, win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in South Carolina, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in South Carolina, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 1049, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 1049 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
America's 250th anniversary is a big event. And if you're promoting a business, your advertising plan needs to be bigger than one channel. iHeart can help you message up to July 4th across podcast and radio. Call 844-844-iHeart today to get started.
Get back in the game today. Recover with Light.com. Strained a hamstring playing pickleball or other physical activities? Ortho Laser Spartanburg helps athletes of any age recover faster. Our FDA-cleared laser therapy reduces swelling, speeds healing, and eases pain without medication. For weekend warriors or pros, we help you recover and get back on your feet quickly. At Ortho Laser Spartanburg, experience a caring local team, advanced technology, and real results. Get back in the game today. Recover with Light.com. Schedule your visit now at recoverwithlight.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate weather.
Temperatures are on the rise later this afternoon with dangerous heat back in the forecast. Highs for today will sit around 96 degrees, but the feel-like temperature should reach around 102. The upstate is staying mainly dry for tonight, but as we head towards Thursday, rain chances return to the forecast. This has been meteorologist Victoria Kukinis with WYFF News 4.
This report is sponsored by Corley Plumbing, Air, and Electric.
Comfort should feel effortless. Save $1,000 on a new home comfort system from Corley Plumbing, Air, and Electric. Corley's got you covered. Schedule online at corleypro.com.
Corley Plumbing, Air, and Electric.
We're back. 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. Tank Spencer, Trey Falco, Jeremy Greene. The Sportsocracy Upstate, day 3. We're getting a little better every day. We're figuring it out. Oh,
it's a process.
There we go.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Is it my turn? Is it my turn to talk now?
So Tank and I've been in the same room. Not nearly as much as you would think, because I'm on the road all the time. I've been down here. We have just the synapses have been great. And then we start a new system, and he can't hear things, and it's just, we're going to do this a slightly different way. But we will work out all the kinks, and we will get there as time goes on. Call-in line's open, 864-240-5480. Text line as well, 864-777-9593. Austin Groves hit us up on the text line, said, I have one trade that I want to happen in Detroit. Kayvon Thibodeau, from what I'm seeing, for a 3rd or 4th round pick. I think that plus plus Douglas would offset and improve what's happened in the last few days. Second, tight end whisperer question. Who is the next best Darnell Washington impersonator coming up in the college ranks? Thanks for the hours of great sports talk. And with hours, I think he meant over the course of the last 10 years. Because Tank, I think we get to 2 or 3 great in the last 10 years. Sure. If you combine them.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Appreciate the text, Austin. Coming up, this is a weird class of tight ends because so few of them can actually block. You got Trudez Greene from LSU, who is a giant. Jamari Johnson from Oregon, Terrence Carter Jr. from Texas Tech. None of them are great blockers. This doesn't answer the question because Darnell Washington is such an absolute freak of nature. Mm-hmm. and I don't have a great answer to the question, right? Because I haven't gotten deep down the rabbit hole. I started with quarterbacks, obviously, because we're doing You're the Quarterback this year. So I'm at this point, you can ask me about Arch Manning's dog's name, and I got you. Tight ends, a lot of the guys on the high side are more pass catchers because that's a lot of what we're doing. You know, you're seeing a lot of these guys that are just they're matchup nightmares, and that's what teams want. And you're going to have, I think we could have as many as 3 in the top 50 picks next year. The name that no one talks about, but I'm telling you, you will in very short order, is Benjamin Brahmer. He was at Iowa State or Nebraska. It was Iowa State. I played with Nebraska in college football 26, and I would always steal him in the transfer portal. And I couldn't remember which way that went. He was at Iowa State, followed Matt Campbell to Penn State. Big kid, 6'7", deceptively fast, just nuance for days, all the things that you could ever want. He's the one that, as the process goes on, you're going to hear me talk about him more than anybody else throughout the college football season, and as we get up into the draft at the beginning of the year next year, just because there's something about his game, and it's almost hard for me to put my finger on, but it kind of reminds me of a Sam Laporta with better inline skills. And, Tank was a big Laporta guy. I was a big Laporta guy, still am. No Carolina Panther fans, before you ask me, the Lions are not trading him to you in spite of what some crazy person on ESPN wrote today. Tough time. It's hard times out here, Daddy, because it's the week of the 4th of July and we got to find some things to talk about. Is there any tight end you can think of that you're I feel like this is my opening the door for Tank to say Lawson Lucky real loud and aggressively.
What, as like the next good tight end to come out, or because I don't know much about the techniques and such to say this guy's like Darnell Washington, but I don't Lucky's not.
No,
he's not that big of a blocker.
No, I don't think in this draft, at least yet, there's not an answer to that I would deem as acceptable enough. Because what I really hate is when you get a guy like Darnell Washington who's just such a freak. And Trey's a Steelers fan; he can attest to this.
Oh, I love Matt Washington.
He is a 6th offensive lineman that's 6'7" and can catch. There's just not a ton of those.
Oh, yeah, and you saw the huge difference there at the end of the year when he went down. Would he break his arm or something? And that whole line looked completely different. They got manhandled there by the Houston Texans.
The thing about when you start, new market, so this is a great time to inform the new listeners that I'll go ahead and tell you, I think comps are one of the wildest things we do. And it hurts a guy down the line because when I say he reminds me of X, that's who you're comparing him to forever. And just because their games are similar does not mean their talent level is similar. So I think, and the Darnell Washington comp is going to be the same as Brian Branch. So every safety that can play slot corner is Brian Branch.
Yeah.
None of them play like him. Yes, they play the same position. So in the same way that Randy Moss and Tutu Atwell are comparable players because they both played wide receiver. That's about what it is with a lot of these other guys. So I try my best to stay away from comps, especially when I'm not very, very versed with the guys. And I will say the top of this class is predominantly receivers. I did think Tank was going to chime in. Tank will find a reason to chime in with every Georgia Bulldog known to man.
Not every occasion calls for Bulldogs, but when you have so many prospects, it's hard to ignore.
There are a lot. This is a bonanza, and I can tell you, starting next week when we come back from the 4th of July holiday, we're going to be talking a lot of college football. Because one of the things that we do before camp is that we will really dive into college, because once we get into the camps, you start getting news every day. And then college, it's really hot once it starts, but it's almost easy to put it on the back burner if you don't give it its own allotted time frame. And there's so much, especially being here in a South Carolina Clemson market, those two teams are insanely interesting for, I would say, wildly different reasons. We will do a lot of college football the next 2 weeks ahead of the start of camps. The call-in line's open, 864-240-5480. And we have a caller on the line. Caller, who's this?
Hey, it's JB Brown. How are you guys?
JB, my friend, how are you?
Doing good. Hey, Tank, finally glad to hear you on the Fox Sports Upstate station, man. Glad to have you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Good. Hey, Trey. How you doing, buddy?
Good, JB. How you?
Doing well. I know you just said you're going to get into college football, but one quick question is, what are your expectations for my South Carolina Gamecocks this year? And I'll let you go.
It's a great question. So South Carolina, to me, and I'm not pandering. I've been wearing a South Carolina hat, the entire time I've been down here. I'm not doing that because I'm here. I love South Carolina. So Clemson fans, I will tell you, you got Richmond Weaver. The Gamecocks got me, because that's
amen, brother. Amen.
That's it's just the way it is. I know Darius Rucker. I've been around that program a good bit over the last. That goes back to I dated a booster at South Carolina, which is what got me into it, and it wasn't in the greatest of times. But Billy Bryce Stadium is different. I mean, Tank will even vouch for that. He's a fan of another team in the SEC.
Love it. I had more fun at South Carolina at William Bryce Stadium than I did the 2 times that I went to Athens.
It's just such a different vibe, and it's such a different place, and it's so different than practically anything that you get in the college football world. Now, what are my expectations for this year? I'm wildly higher on Lenora Sellers than most evaluators. I feel like as we're getting closer to the college season, I feel like Lenoris is almost the one that's getting left out of the bigger discussion, and I'm not 100% sure I can put my finger on why. Over the course of time, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks that were in the vein of Lenoris. You're not the most insanely accurate, but you're a big kid. You've got a lot of things that I can't teach. I can't teach you to be his size and run the way he does and be elusive out of sacks. And those are just things that I can't replicate that. Accuracy, I can teach you. I got to get your feet right. I maybe have to compact the throwing motion a little bit, especially with more mobile guys, because a lot of these mobile guys, they're off balance because they are staying in I can take off, I can, dip my shoulder and drop one off, or I can, cock the gun and just fire a deep shot. And Lenoris has got such a big arm that I think the sky's the limit with him. Nick Harbor is the one that really needs to step up, and instead of being DK light, he needs to be whatever Nick Harbor's going to be. I think he's gotten so into the DK Metcalf comp because he's built like a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
There are teams in the NFL that are actually evaluating Nick Harbor at other positions because they don't think he's a receiver. I don't agree with that. Then I get into the schedule, and I see that you start Kent State, Towson, Mississippi State, all 3 at home, start hot. I am not as high on Alabama this year as a lot of other people are. If you could find a way to get Alabama in T-Town, you're cooking with gas. Because then you go Kentucky, Florida, who I think is somewhat overrated, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and then the end of the schedule gets a little bit more difficult with Georgia and Clemson right there at the end. My expectations for South Carolina are I think the offense is going to be significantly better without Mike Shula. I thought he was a huge part of the problem last year, and defensively, you've got a dog at every level of that defense. One of the things that, first of all, I respect Shane Beamer infinitely because I think he has really embraced the process that is what college football is now, and instead of treating it as though it's a headache, he bathes in it. I mean, you see him in all these kids' videos and these pictures that they put when they post from South Carolina, and there's Shane always in the corner, just like, yeah. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing, and I think he gets it. I would, if I were, I on the spot, I would say 7-5, 8-4, and could be better than that. That's me in July, being a little cautious to not be too optimistic because I like this team a lot.
Well, you have to be no doubt a hammer team to be able to be good with the schedule that they ended up with. Because they've got to go to Florida, to Alabama, to Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Georgia on that schedule as well. I mean, going to Clemson at the end of the season, none of those are going to be easy games unless you're good.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, and then you just look at who they host at home. I mean, you got Georgia at home, you got Texas A&M at home, Tennessee. I mean, to me, there are 5 very safe wins on this schedule. Do not sleep on Kentucky. Funny enough, I was just talking about this yesterday. Kentucky hired really well. Will Stein, he was the offensive coordinator at Oregon, and there are a lot of people that think that dude is the next big thing in SEC. And maybe Big Ten, no telling where he winds up. Kentucky's the stepping stone job, kind of like Mike Elko at Duke. We'll look back and say, oh, yeah, you remember he was at Duke for a year? That's going to be Will Stein at Kentucky, where he ends up at one of the 10 big boys, and we go, oh, yeah, you remember he was at Kentucky for a couple years, and they went like 9-3 the second year, and that's when he got the bigger boy job. But I mean, I have high hopes for Clemson, or high hopes for South Carolina, and now that we've done that with South Carolina, I feel like we should probably do it with Clemson. Sounds like a fun thing to do on the backside of this break. Trey Falco, Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. This is the Sportsocracy Upstate, brought to you by our friends at Ingles Markets. They're our friends. They should be your friends too, because everybody eats. Everybody out there eats. And if you're on your way home, stop by your local Ingles. 4X fuel points tomorrow. Comes in handy, especially when you drive as much as I do. We'll be back right after this on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate traffic.
Slow up 85 north between Woodruff and Pelham Road. Slow on 85 south near the Georgia State line around exit 1. But we are, let's say, improving even as we speak down here on Lake Hartwell. So be patient if you're cruising that stretch of 85 south. That's your latest check of Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Your logistics business moves fast. Is your team keeping up? Express Employment Professionals connects you with qualified talent fast. Express helps you hire smarter and stay productive. Visit ExpressPros.com for an office. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business.
There's a new and exciting way to start your journey toward a more joyful existence. Listen to Joy 101 with Hoda Kotb on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have World Cup fever? Wonderful strike! iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026 live and for free. Yes. No matter what team you're cheering for, you can hear it all on the free iHeartRadio app.
50 states, 1 national mall, 2 weeks of freedom. The Great American State Fair opens June 25th in Washington, D.C. All 50 states. Live music and rodeo, innovation, arts, culture, and American patriotism. Every day brings a new theme celebrating the best of who we are, capped by the largest fireworks display in the world on July 4th. This is for every American. Admission is free. Plan your trip at freedom250.org. Freedom 250, the Great American State Fair. Be there.
We have always been a nation of givers. Giving a hand, giving hope, giving possibility, giving joy, giving opportunity, giving dignity. Imagine what could happen if we all gave at the same time. Giving forth. Take the pledge and give to the causes you care about at America250.org.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% 20% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pests, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
England into the round of 16 after surviving a scare. The Three Lions came back from going down early to the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Harry Kane. Still Harry Kane! Oh, my word! Majestic! Harry Kane! Unbelievable!
England looking to win their first World Cup since 1966. They get Mexico Sunday.
Download the iHeartRadio app for live Fox coverage of every game.
There are currently more than 200 Beaumont area children in foster care and not enough licensed families to provide them with a safe and loving home. If you would like to learn more about becoming a foster family for children in need, call Buckner Children and Family Services at 409-866-0976. That's 409-866-0976. Or visit buckner.org.
Back here, 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. This is the Sportsocracy Upstate, our new show here on WROO, as we affectionately refer to it. Trey, you've been here long before me. Has anybody ever had an affectionate name for our little station here?
That's a good question.
I've been
I
here
don't
9
think
months,
so.
and I never figured out that our call letters are Roo.
Oh, Roo. Yeah.
We are. And now I tell everyone that. Hey, what station are you on? Roo. Sound like it's like a NASCAR crowd. Just Roo. It's confusing people in Asheville because they don't know that that's the call letters because they listen on station up there.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't figure out that quick. I mean, it's on the wall of my office.
Yeah.
It has been for months, and I never pieced that together until the first time Tank saw it.
It's a Roo Wednesday.
We used to have Chris Womack, who's the news director of the sports station up in Asheville. He would come fill in for me on Wednesdays because I do podcasts and other stuff, and he would do some of the more local things in Asheville. Specifically when I was on the road, and we called them Woo Woo Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So now it's a Roo Wednesday.
That's right.
I like it.
All right.
You know what else I like? Just a flood of text messages on the text line. You can hit us up there, 864-777-9593. Or if you want to talk to us about your topic, 864-240-5480. In the text line, we got one from Isaiah. Said, one last thing, forgot to say shout out and thank you to all the people behind the scenes, Trey, Megan, Ingalls, everyone who makes this possible, the chat, to everyone. Thank you so much. Megan, she would be here, but she's on the injured list. We went to Roost last night.
Okay.
First of all, have you ever eaten there?
No, I haven't. I've heard it's really good though.
I don't even like tiramisu.
I love tiramisu.
I don't even like it.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't even like tiramisu. I don't even know what's in it. I know it's got like
coffee and
old lady fingers or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't even know what that is. I thought that was a flower.
Old lady fingers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got coffee or something. I don't know. But it tasted so good. But I got they have like a 3 for $28.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you get the Caesar salad, which was as big as my computer monitor. Then they bring out I got a chicken something, and it was basically like a giant chicken salad in reverse. So it's a huge fried chicken cutlet that's as big as the plate.
Yeah.
And they pile lettuce, tomatoes, onions. I feel like it was Italian salad dressing.
Sure.
Or something in the ballpark of that. And they put the salad on top of the chicken so you can control your chicken intake. Dude, I am a fat man. I think Bill Workman thought I was going to lick the plate. And I seriously considered it. If it wasn't such a nice restaurant, I'd have probably stolen the plate. But I definitely would have licked it.
I had a different image in mind when you said a chicken salad in reverse. I pictured like they stuffed the chicken full of like the lettuce and all that stuff. But
see this right here. This is why we are a council that people should use to get things done. Because now I don't want anything more than to go home, grill a chicken breast, and just cram Caesar salad in it. Because I don't think anybody's ever done that before. You can put it in a pan.
You should hammer that thing out real thin, real thin, and then you put the Caesar salad and then wrap it.
Oh, like a chicken wrap.
Yeah.
And then I could dunk it in Caesar dressing.
Probably negates the healthy part of it.
I'm a saucy boy.
He likes sauce.
I put sauce on everything. I put sauce on drinks sometimes. Like, sweet tea's not good enough.
What?
Throw a little A1 in there. Spice it.
That's why he's such a big fan of Will Levis.
No doubt.
Put mayonnaise in his coffee.
Mayonnaise in my coffee. I actually did. I don't even remember why I did this. It was around the draft. I tried that. There's one thing about that nobody realizes, but it's really gross. Depending on what kind of mayonnaise, of which I'm a good old Southern gentleman. There's only one kind of mayonnaise.
Yeah,
it's Duke's.
Yeah.
If you put Miracle Whip on my sandwich, we will fight. I mean, we will fight. Gloves off, pistols at dawn. I will. You have besmirched my integrity. But when you put mayonnaise in coffee, especially when it's hot coffee, the mayonnaise separates. And I said, it's not that bad, because I loved Will Levis. It's not that bad. I regretted that. But very rarely do you regret something before it's even gotten out of your mouth really well. I regretted that one aggressively.
Did you even drink it?
I did, and not all of it. I mean, I had a sip of it and went, kind of like my first marriage. I didn't need to live in this for 20 years to figure out, not for me. It took one sip for me to go, won't be doing this again. And Will, buddy, I got some questions, because that is gross. We have a text on the text line from our buddy Alex Sander. In our Asheville show, we have a great listener, Kevin Mullen, that he gives us Shanahanisms. There are things about Kyle Shanahan that they're usually a little vulgar, and they're always funny. He now has a McVeigh-ism, and I cannot read that, but it is funny. His question, though, Trey just read it. The 2027 draft's full of weapons. Who in next year's draft would be who you would use to convince LA to not re-sign Puka Nacua? Ooh, that's a good question. We were talking about tight ends earlier. Wide receiver is bananas. How many guys? The first answer that came to my mind is a guy that you'll see on the periphery of virtually every ranking, because he came from Michigan State, so a lot of people don't know him. But he's at Indiana now. It's a kid named Nick Marsh. He's going to be on the other side of Charlie Betcher, thrown to by Josh Hoover. And I firmly believe Nick Marsh will be where people keep putting Ryan Coleman Williams. Ryan Williams, I don't know what happened to him, but the hands just completely betrayed him last year. Drops were through the roof. I mean, he's open, but he can't do the simple thing. I'm hoping he rebounds, but I often see him at the back end of first round mocks as we're going through the process. I am not, as I said in the last segment, I am not as high on Alabama as a lot of other people are. I said the day Nick Saban retired, you mark my words, 4 years from now, that program will look nothing like it does right now. And I think Kalen DeBoer is in the process of doing it, not because he's not a good coach, but because he's trying to coach Alabama like it's a Washington or like it's a Fresno State, or you've got to go biggest, bestest, everything at Alabama, or it will forsake you, because that's a harder place to recruit than people think. The history is great. The facilities are not as great as you think. You got to compete with LSU that's got more dollars than cents. There are a lot. Texas A&M, same way. Florida State, same way. There are a lot of schools that are recruiting in those waters that they're just better than you at practically everything, and they got more money than you. Coleman Williams is one of those that I think he has the talent, but I think the pressure is starting to get to him. He was on the cover of College Football 26. Yeah. It was him and Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith takes a step forward. Coleman Williams gets passed, in my opinion, by Cam Coleman, Betcher out of Indiana, even maybe to Ryan Wingo, Deuce Robinson, a few others that now I think he's the 7th or 8th best receiver in the class. But where I'm seeing him is where I think you will be seeing Nick Marsh when it's all said and done. It all shakes out. Because now you're going to put this kid who is just an absolute dog. I mean, and he's been playing with nobody receivers. Nobody receivers, nobody quarterbacks. He's big. He can fly. That's the one, if you didn't want to re-sign Puka, which I'm going to assume is because of the off-field and some – he's just
bites people.
He's just a weird guy. Don't bite people on dates. Don't bite people on dates. That's not nice. So it's a good way to not have a second date, Puka. And then you wind up on TMZ and they're calling you a vampire because you bit your date. You bite the chicken. You love the date. Treat them nicely and pick up the check. That would be my answer for you, Alec. Nick Marsh is the one that I would have my eyes on because he's the one that I think would be in the wheelhouse down there for the Los Angeles Rams when it comes time next year. Still got another hour to go here in the Sportsocracy Upstate, brought to you by Ingles Markets. That phone line is still open, 864-240-5480, or hit us with a text, 864-777-9593. When we come back, we'll hit on Clemson, same way we did South Carolina, and more of your texts and calls right here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Come on, ref, end the game.
What's the rush? We're winning.
And we're going to keep winning if we get to the Nissan Summer Sales event.
What?
The event where you can score great savings on a new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Can it hold up 10 minutes?
Oh, sure. You think Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row?
I think it's just you.
I get it.
Yeah, no, you're not. I don't have an echo from you. You hearing anything in your headphones?
So, if it was there, I would have heard it in my head by now.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
I can hear it coming back to me, but I just want to make sure
that's weird.
Not on the air like that. Because it sounds like I'm coming through an external speaker next to the microphone or something. It's not a bounce back.
Yeah.
In my, you see what I'm saying? Like it's not my system coming back to me. It's like another speaker coming back to me.
There's nothing in here that I can think of that it would be.
Yeah, and I don't have. I'm trying to think. I mean, it could be the Sound Plus mix, but I'm not hearing that going down, and I had it off. So that shouldn't be feeding. I've got you. You're coming in over the Comrex. I've got you out of C, so you shouldn't be. It shouldn't be feeding back to you through. Like, go ahead and talk now.
Test 1, check 2. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Is that a different echo?
Yeah, that's a different echo.
Okay, cool. Then that rules that out because that's the only thing I can think of on my end that would be feeding down to you.
Yeah. Okay. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Was it there yesterday?
No.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
And it was there when we started the program, but then it went away, and then it came back. So I don't know where it's coming from.
Interesting. Okay. I don't think. I don't know, man. With the way Sound Plus is, there's no telling what might be feeding down.
So I can tell you it's not me because there's no echo on YouTube, and what you're hearing should have nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Because you're coming through the brick that's on the computer in the studio.
I just wonder where the hell I'm hearing that from. Because I don't hear it right now.
Just when we're on?
Just when we're on. Just when the mics are open.
What?
So I don't know.
That's wild.
And look, no, because nothing's feeding through.
In fairness, this could be in his head because he says that to me all the time, and I've gone back and listened, and I can't hear a squat.
Maybe it's just you.
Maybe.
He does only wear one headphone like a lunatic. I've tried to get him to stop that because
like this?
Do you only win?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is...
Maybe it's a radio thing. John does the same thing.
I
yeah, because you have to keep an ear open for the when sales comes into the studio.
Oh, I don't know, but they don't
answer the
mess with us.
phones.
Oh, I
got to answer the phones and stuff.
Well, I mean, here's why I don't do it. I only have one ear, so
so it doesn't matter.
If I wear one, I got two choices, and now I got a deaf ear that I can't hear squat, or I can't hear anything that's happening.
The first set of headphones I ever had didn't even have another ear on it.
So you had like a John Gruden headset?
Pretty much.
It
didn't have a microphone on it. It was just one ear.
Let's go.
And a clamp for the side of your head.
Let's go. The tank's out here calling Spider 2Y Banana Man. Great Blake got me a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay, man. Divine Diablo, man. Divine Satan. This dude's got the power of the devil
Round of
behind him.
32 at the World Cup. DR.
Okay, that did go. Cool. Trips me out that goes automatically now.
Oh, did Senegal win?
It's tied up 2-2 right now. With we're about to exit stoppage time and go into extra time.
They were up 2-0. Like 10
Oh yeah,
minutes
no. I happened to look up because I was. It was 2-0, and then all of a sudden I look up and Belgium had scored twice.
RBI. In the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers acquiring center Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for 2 unprotected first-round picks and 2 first-round pick swaps. The Lakers will be signing Kessler to a 4-year, $130 million deal.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate weather.
Temperatures are on the rise later this afternoon with dangerous heat back in the forecast. Highs for today will sit around 96 degrees, but the feel-like temperature should reach around 102. The upstate is staying mainly dry for tonight, but as we head towards Thursday, rain chances return to the forecast. This has been meteorologist Victoria Kukinis with WYFF News 4.
This report is sponsored by the Mine Safety and Health Administration.
This is an important message from the Mine Safety and Health Administration. Mining fatalities, accidents, and injuries are preventable. Staying alert and focused can keep you safe. Take time, save lives. For more resources, visit MSHA.gov.
Come on, ref, end the game.
What's the rush? We're winning.
And we're going to keep winning if we get to the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
What?
The event where you can score great savings on a new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Can it hold up 10 minutes?
Oh, sure. You think Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row is just going to wait for you?
I get it, but we waited years for this match.
But look at these incentives.
Wait, are you serious? Come on, ref! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle!
The whistle is blowing on these savings. Hurry in and bring home a winning offer at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. Consumer Guide is a registered trademark of Publications International Limited. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim, 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 8/3/26.
There's a new and exciting way to start your journey toward a more joyful existence. Listen to Joy 101 with Hoda Kotb on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We have always been a nation of givers. Giving a hand, giving hope, giving possibility, giving joy, giving opportunity, giving dignity. Imagine what could happen if we all gave at the same time. Giving forth. Take the pledge and give to the causes you care about at America250.org.
Hi, I'm Jack Nicklaus. Golf was my game for decades, but now I'm focused on a new challenge, my heart game. I live with a rare progressive heart condition called ATTR-CM, or transthyretin cardiac amyloidosis. So I'm spreading the word about the common red flags: AFib, shortness of breath, heart failure, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Sound like you? Ask your doctor about ATTR-CM and Vindamax.
Vindamax tafamidis is a prescription pill taken once a day to treat adults with ATTR-CM to reduce death and hospitalization for heart problems. Tell your doctor about all your medications, medical conditions, and if you have liver problems or nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. There are no known side effects with Vindamax. For prescribing information, call 1-877-278-9632. Learn more at Vindamax.com.
Take charge. Be informed. Ask your doctor about ATTR-CM and Vindamax. And tell him Jack sent you.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ooh, Tank, let's play a fun game.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy.
Brought to you live by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings.
What? Wait, you don't like peanut butter and jelly?
It's the year of the quarterback. Old Trip and May over here. And we have a super chat.
And then he set the freaking house on fire.
You make my brain hurt sometimes.
Now you know you can't say the wordy dirds on the Radio Box.
We're all the way down the rabbit hole now.
Fire them cannons, by golly.
Being a Jets fan, toxic. It's a football Friday.
And for the 2027 mock draft, the Panthers take...
Tank needed our help to download Instagram. First reel he ever posted. 19 million views.
You're in the Sportsocracy. We'll be back right after this.
My penance in hell is going to be following Tank Spencer around with a camera.
You can find us everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Catch us on YouTube.
We have breaking news. Tank, hit the button.
Oh, it's a great day to be alive, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. I lived in Greenville for a couple of years. Absolutely loved it.
You boozy.
Hour 2 here in the Sportsocracy Upstate, 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. Tank Spencer, Trey Falco, and I am Jeremy Greene. Clemson Tigers.
Morning.
Tank, this is probably as good a time as any.
Mm-hmm.
I've had such a great relationship with people here in Greenville. I am probably one of the bigger Dabo Swinney detractors out there. Not because I don't think he's a good coach, but because he hasn't always ingratiated himself to NIL and things like that. Well, now we're to the point that he has. So now that we're in Greenville, we're going full clean slate with Dabo. All the things that, all that's been said that's in the past, I'm looking at an ACC that is beyond gettable. I don't know how you feel about the ACC in terms of who the actual contenders are, but it feels like Miami and whoever decides they want to pull a seat up to the big boy table.
Clemson, right?
Clemson would be one of the ones that I would have a very close eye on. Clemson got very lucky schedule-wise. So, I mean, now the ACC, there's so many teams that from year to year, you never know exactly what you're going to get. I mean, Clemson they start the year at LSU, which is that's not going to be fun. Lane Kiffin's, I mean, you could win it, but that is an evil way to have to start the season.
Ooh, at the other Death Valley on the biggest game that they've had in a while. I don't like your chances, emotionally speaking.
But now here's the just being completely honest about this. You go LSU, let's say you lose it. From there you go Georgia Southern, North Carolina, California, before you get Miami. Mm-hmm. Miami's in Death Valley. I don't know exactly what Miami's going to be. I'm really high on Darian Mensah. I'm really high on some of the pieces on that team, but I'm really lost as to what the defense is going to look like because they lost a lot. Then from there, do you see a losable game on that schedule until they play South Carolina, also in Death Valley?
No.
I mean, somebody's going to say Virginia Tech, but I got news for you. James Franklin's never been able to win on the road. He ain't coming to Clemson beating you. I'm a Florida State guy. Let me just go ahead and, if you were looking at that one, don't. Because it's not going to happen. As long as Mike Norvell's in Tallahassee, the deed to the Florida State Seminoles will be in Dabo Swinney's desk.
I mean, is Georgia Tech going to be any good?
Also in Clemson. I mean, literally your 5 road games, you start with the most evil of evil, which is Lane Kiffin first week, LSU, Your first game at LSU, and it's going to be under the lights at night in a season opener. That is as daunting as it gets. You win that one, Clemson could win 10, 11 games. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Then you go, the other road games are Cal, Florida State, Syracuse, and Duke. Duke, who, oh, by the way, doesn't have a quarterback. You should go 4-1 at worst on the road, and you could go 5-0.
Yes.
I'm not so sold on Chris Vezina, but I'm willing to be open. He's been the heir apparent. Dabo didn't seem overly inclined to need competition or anything like that. And Dabo's a great coach. In terms of building his roster, managing his guys, he's a great coach. So if you trust him, that's enough for me to go, I was not a Cade Klubnik guy at all, which now, ironically, he plays for the Jets. By the way, congratulations to Cade. Got married over the weekend. That was a weird professional moment for me. One of my old editors for the Jets sent a video down of, hey, look at this video I got at Cade Klubnik's wedding, and I went, I deserve that. I deserve that. For all the things I said about him over the years, I deserve that. We will get back into the Clemson talk here momentarily, but we have a caller on the line. Caller, who is this?
Trey, Tank, Jeremy, what's going on, fellas?
It is the king. Many men are the top of their business, but few are kings. Chad, the vending machine king, is indeed a king.
Oh, man, we just called in to agree with you, Jeremy. Man, there's about two things that are guaranteed a toad ice whooping. Number one is put Miracle Whip on my freaking sandwich.
Oh, that's, I mean,
every single time.
I think we've actually had wars that were started over that.
Yep. And number two will be the red, white, and blue whooping that Bosnian ass tonight. Let me tell you, we're going to whoop them like a red-headed stepchild. I'm ready for it, man.
So I have to ask this, Chet. Are you a soccer guy outside of the national teams, or is it just when we get into the World Cup and things like this?
Oh, just World Cup, man.
That's where I'm at too.
Now, earlier this year, I was into some the ladies' high school single A soccer. My little niece, man, they won the state title this year.
Oh, that's
with her school, man. She was the goalie, and they kicked butt.
That's cool. I had a lot of opportunities at state titles, and much like my dating life before I met my wife, you get the date. It's hard to get a second date. Couldn't close the deal. The playoff record was a little rough.
Yeah. Man, I want to get your opinion on something. I heard a big head, talking head on the radio earlier, maybe yesterday or so, about running backs, man. Emmett, he got like 18,000 yards as the record. Do you think there'll be another running back that can get that many yards ever again with the way they protect the quarterback now? Kind of the rules have changed. I know Derrick Henry is the only active running back now. He's got about 12,000 yards, and I don't think he's going to get 18.
He's at 13, 18. So he's roughly
13. Okay,
he's about 5350 behind Emmett. So at his rate, he would have to play at least 4 more seasons at the same level he's at now. Now, I will say, if there's anybody that I'm not going to doubt, because I've been calling for the Derrick Henry's going to pop a tire here at some point, I think I started saying that 5 years ago. Because the usage rate's just insane. Nobody can hold up to that.
Except for in Baltimore. Does. Baltimore forgets they had him on the roster all the time. Last year and the year before last, I feel like they underutilized Derrick Henry.
There were times.
There were definitely times. The thing about Derrick Henry, and I think it's the thing that Derrick Henry is, if I did a I respect you list of, I don't care who you play for, I don't care what position you play, you're just different. Okay, I always say I'm hashtag built different. Derrick Henry is hashtag built different. He would be in the top. I wouldn't get to the thumb, let's put it that way. He'd be on one of the fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Derrick Henry has defied the laws of physics forever. So I have a theory about running backs. Tank has heard this ad nauseum, and I say it about guys as they start to accelerate into the career, and there have been two guys that have completely debunked me on this. Frank Gore and Derrick Henry. At 2,000 touches, running backs start to atrophy. This theory is batting 99.97%. Derrick Henry right now, would you like to take a guess how many touches he has in his career?
I would say between 35 and 4,000.
You're a little high because he's not a pass catcher. In his entire career, he's never had more than 33 receptions in a season, so he only has 189 catches. Huh. If you add that to his total carries, overall, he's got 28.53. That means the wheels should have fallen off on him 4 full years ago. But they haven't. He just keeps getting better. He rushed for 1,600 yards last year. He's rushed for over 1,100 yards 4 years in a row. The only season since basically when he became the full-time back in 2018, the only season he did not have over 1,000 yards, he played 8 games, and he was 63 short. He played half the season, and he was 63 yards short. If anybody can do it, it's Derrick Henry. Now, as for, in the future, the problem within the future is that we have so many elite, fantastic running backs. Chad said Emmett's at the top of the list. Derrick Henry's 10th overall in rushing yards. Do you know how far down the list you have to go to get to the next active guy? I'm going to ask Tank this just because I'm curious if he can get the player right and how far down the list they are.
Yeah, I ain't got a clue.
Oh, man. It's got to be Saquon.
Saquon is correct. How far down the list is he?
Good Lord. Hey, number of spots, I'll go 40.
I don't have a bell in this studio. Tank Spencer, ladies and gentlemen. That's off the dome base. He's 44.
Dang,
he's 44 overall.
Nice. In 8 years as the most unbelievable workhorse between the Giants and the Eagles. Josh Jacobs is right behind him, who's been the bell cow for the Raiders and now for the Packers. Aaron Jones, who's been in the league almost 10 years. Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara. They're 10,000 yards behind Emmitt Smith. And every guy I just said, except Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey's not of this earth. So he's another one like Derrick Henry. He's not as big, but you've come back from things that a lot of running backs don't come back from. So I'm not going to undervalue him either. They're so far behind that they'd have to play for another decade to catch to Emmitt Smith. And that's high usage guys. Nick Chubb was a high usage running back. Joe Mixon for a couple years was a high usage guy, but they get hurt. The problem with running back, and I've said this for years, if you're a kid and you're 14, 15 years old, when I was coming up through the process, the best athlete on the team was running back because that's the guy that's going to get the ball because we don't have anybody to throw it. Now, you've got fourth graders that look better than some of the guys I played with at high levels because we're starting these kids out earlier. The spread makes it easier to read. It's easier in the 7-on-7s. It's easier in the lower levels of mites and things like that, football. So you're getting better quarterbacks. So that best athlete is becoming either a quarterback or a wide receiver. Now you're getting the fourth or fifth kid, and that kid just plays running back. And if he winds up coming out as a running back, he's been committed to this since he was 8. So he comes in the league already a little beaten up. Derrick Henry, go look at his high school stats one day. It's mind-boggling what he did. So you add that to Alabama, to Tennessee, to now Baltimore, and he's still upright. I would say he's the last one. Tank, do you agree or disagree with that?
I don't think it's even close that anybody will get close. The game's just not played that way anymore.
Everybody's got 4.
The best young running back in the NFL right now is who?
Bijan or Jeremiah Love?
Bijan Robinson. He's played 3 seasons in this league, and he's got almost 4,000 yards, which means he'll have to be in this league for damn near 15 years
at the rate he's currently
at the same rate, right? And that's the thing. Like, as his game develops, does he get used more as a pass catcher, and then that takes away from that strict rushing stats? It doesn't mean like nobody's going to get close to being as good as Derrick Henry, but it does mean that I don't think anybody's going to get close to pure rushing stats, because it's just not how the game's played anymore.
The thing for me about running backs is there's no incentive. If you're the guy and you're 16 years old, if you're the guy at running back, you're probably a pretty good receiver. And if you're looking at your future earnings ability, I'm going to make way more money as a receiver than I ever make as a running back. And so I'm going to convert. I'm popping the coach of play me out wide. Then you start getting recruited. You start telling college coaches, hey, play me at receiver. I don't want to play running back. I respect these. Tank can attest, I love Nick Singleton that was in this past draft class. I met him at the Combine. And, he had a rough last year at Penn State and had an injury. That kid's so committed to playing running back that it's shocking. Mike Washington, same thing, kid from Arkansas. I respect that to such a point. I just don't understand it. Mike Washington was a wide receiver and converted to running back. He's huge. So, I guess it does make sense. It's just shocking that guys are willing to sacrifice the long-term dollars that playing wide receiver allows you.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeremy, man. I think Emmett's record's never going to be broke, just for the fact that the third or fourth best player is the running back on the field nowadays, and not the very best.
I think by the time Derrick Henry's done, we will mentally be saying, not modern era. I don't know that it will be phrased that way, but I think we're going to look at Derrick Henry as the line of demarcation, because that's the Emmett. He's so far up there. Walter Payton's so far up there. Frank Gore's so far up there.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders did it in 9 years, which every time I see this list, it blows my mind. I'll die on the hill of Barry Sanders, the greatest football player that ever lived.
He was awesome, man.
He was incredible.
He was awesome.
He played on a team that was good for 2 years. Somebody's a fourth leading rusher of all time, and he played 4 years less than everybody around him. He was insane. That's what I grew up with was Barry Sanders. But I do think there will come a time.
He was on a good team, man. How many rings could he have got?
Oh, boy. If he had been...
Put him in Dallas, they have plenty.
And that's what it's funny that you mentioned that. I had this discussion at one point with a guy I do a podcast with. We were talking about Emmett's record and what would Barry have done with that Dallas team. And this is going to sound insane when I say it. I don't think Barry would have ever retired. He would have retired. He wouldn't have retired early the way that he did. I think he would have kept going. I'm not sure that Barry Sanders wouldn't rush for 25,000 yards if he had been with a team that he thought could compete for Super Bowls.
Man, I tend to agree with you, man. I believe he could put them numbers up. He was that freaking good, man. God, the way he moved, man, and juked people and twisted and turned. God, he was awesome, man. I'm missing Barry Sanders days.
The way I always compared him is Barry Sanders was the real-life embodiment of playing Road to Glory on College Football 26 on freshmen. The numbers you're putting up because the computer can't tackle you. They hit you at full speed and you just bounce off of. That was Barry Sanders. And he didn't have to bounce off of you. You couldn't touch it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He was awesome. Yeah. Those are the good old days, man, when football was football.
Chad,
like the old unk, I guess.
You got big plans for the 4th, my friend?
Oh, man, we're going to hang out at the house and watch it from the porch, man. We ain't going to get out in them crowds and fight the traffic and the drunk drivers and all that. So we're going to sit at the house and watch it there, man.
That's a wise decision, my friend. We're up against a commercial break. Chad, we always appreciate you, man. One of the best parts of what we do is talking to Chad.
All right, Jeremy, man. Oh, I got one more quick thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Breaking news. Down in Columbia, there is a massive sandstorm happening right now, dust storm. Somebody opened up the Gamecocks' football trophy case, Oh, go Tigers, Jeremy. Have a good one.
You too, my friend. He baited me into that too. I was like, where did the sand come from? Where is there sand in Columbia? I
thought that was going to be a Darude reference or something.
I wasn't sure where it was at. I was sitting here about to Google what's happening in Columbia right now. So, Chad, it's hard to get me. I was a comedian. But, Chad, we always appreciate you, my friends. And there goes Tank doing his own version of
Play us out.
Techno Sandstorm. You're in the Sportsocracy Upstate 104.9 FM. Fox Sports Upstate, brought to you by our friends at Ingles. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. Curbside pickup. We're all busy. It's hard to get to the grocery store. Just call them ahead. Just go to the website, ingles-markets.com, load up your shopping cart, give them an hour, swing by the store. They'll bring it right out to you, ingles-markets.com. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
Center. Injured? Just call Joy. 888-8888.
This is 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate Traffic.
85 North remains sluggish in Greenville from Lawrence Road up to Pelham Road. But aside from that, we really don't have any major slowdowns around the Upstate right here in the middle of rush hour. That's your latest check of Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, that grinding and squealing. What are you going to do about that?
Time for new brakes. The chain store never has what I need.
No worries. Go to rockauto.com for name brands at lower prices.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, South Carolina. Win or go home. That's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in South Carolina, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in South Carolina, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code 1049, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's code 1049 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co.
Tank, don't look at Twitter or anything like that. I want to play a fun game.
Okay.
We have breaking news, and I'm really going to need you to I'm going to need you to guess this one because I feel pretty sure you wouldn't get it right.
Oh dear.
Freedom250.org. Freedom 250. The Great American State Fair, July 4th.
For contesting on the station, go to 1049foxsports.com/rules.
Party at your place this summer? Fix things up inside and out with July 4th deals, now at Lowe's. Get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, save $80 on the select Charbroil Performance Series gas grill, now $299. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
We're back here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. Trey, we haven't gotten to do this yet on this show. We have breaking news. Jaylen Brown has been traded by the Boston Celtics.
You broke your game.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I thought you were going to have. Wasn't Tank supposed to guess that? That was the whole thing you set up.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we haven't got to the guessing part yet.
Oh, okay.
No, the guessing part is where is he going and what do they get for him? And if you get this right, you either cheated or you're a witch.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Jaylen Brown got traded to...
If you're the Celtics, where's the last place you would want to send him to? Because you've got to contend with this team to get out of the East.
The New York Knicks.
The Knicks would have been number one with a bullet. It is not the New York Knicks.
The Detroit Pistons.
Nope. Philadelphia 76ers.
Wow. Okay.
Now, what'd you get back? I'm giving up a superstar here. This is the way I'm looking at this. I'm giving up a superstar that may end up burning me. I don't care what he did or why this is so, the relationship so bootsy. I don't care. I just traded him to Philadelphia. What'd they get back?
3 first-round draft picks.
They got 2 first-round picks, a 2018 or a 2018. Wow, old.
Wow.
Yeah, they said Joseph Forte. That didn't work out so well. A 2028 first-round pick that could convert from a first to a swap that is more favorable to Boston. They got a 2031 unprotected first-rounder from Philadelphia. They got 2 second-round picks in 28 and 30, which is basically just 2 nice rolls of Charmin toilet paper. And Paul George.
Oh, my. That's not good.
I mean, did Jaylen Brown Brad Stevens yogurt at some point? did he heat up salmon in the microwave? Did he do a Richmond Weaver and heat up salmon in the microwave?
He pulled a Jared Garf and he was trying to get up on Brad Stevens' wife or something.
That's the only explanation I got, because that makes less than no sense. I thought Paul George was an untradeable contract. I mean, because he aged like milk.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got Jaylen Brown for that? And now you pair Jaylen Brown with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Is it untoward of me to think Philadelphia's the best team in the East? I've always thought Paul George was the problem here. That and the fact that Joel Embiid's made of balsa wood. And every time he gets out of bed the wrong way, he breaks 17 bones.
I mean, I immediately wanted to say no, but I don't think you're wrong. Jaylen Brown, to me, is one of the best players in the NBA. I mean, he's next level MVP style player.
And he gets
you
to the
send him with Joel Embiid, that's crazy tandem.
I mean, and now you've got 2 guys that can slash. You've got one that can shoot. Embiid stretches the floor when he's out there. I don't have to lean on him because now I've got 3 legit stars. And Edgecombe's getting better, and I'll be honest with you, Maxey's getting better by the year.
Like, how did you pull that deal off and not have to give up anything more than Paul George?
Because it's what I said earlier. The NBA market is Bitcoin. You can buy 1 Bitcoin one day for $500 and then sell it for a small island. Then you take the small island 3 days later and it's worth $40 again. To me, this is insanely stupid.
I'd have felt better about this trade if it had included Dean Cain.
What's it, Dean Wade?
No, not Dean Wade. I mean actual Dean Cain.
Superman.
If you had stolen him from the Fox and Friends show and and added him to your roster, the Boston Celtics might have been gotten a better.
Could he have brought Terry Hatcher as Lois Lane with him? Because that would definitely have made me feel better.
Ooh, I mean, 90s Terry Hatcher? Sure.
They're real.
Hadn't seen her in a while, but
spectacular. I'm dumbfounded at this.
Nothing in the NBA makes sense to me.
No.
Anymore.
Because the values don't make any sense. The draft picks are irrelevant. And so you give up this player who I would kill to hear from Jason Tatum right now, who's got to be looking around going, what exactly would you say we're doing here? We have spun this roster around year after year after year, and now you just traded my two for a 400-year-old Paul George and a bunch of draft picks? What are you doing?
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I mean, I guess Paul George is better than Sam Hauser, but
sure, I'll give
thanks. You just so you picked me up Mitchell Robinson and some draft picks.
So you gave me a big guy that Victor Wembanyama just ate alive in the finals. And I feel like the upside on Boston is so much lower, and the upside on Philadelphia is so much higher. I mean, this is one of those rare moves where somebody does something so stupid that, to me, you went from really smart NBA GM Brad Stevens to now I have completely changed course. I mean, the rumor around this trade, because Denver was involved, there were a handful of other teams that had made offers. First of all, how this was the best offer they got, I have no idea. This morning, it was 8 to 10 teams have made substantial offers. This is not a substantial offer. This would have been a substantial offer 8 years ago. It is not a substantial offer now. I think this is. That's brutal. That's one of legit the worst trades that I've seen. A 36-year-old Paul George who's making a gajillion dollars, and now you've given up 29, getting ready to be 30-year-old Jaylen Brown, who was fourth in the NBA in scoring last year. And you got some magic beans.
Brad Stevens needed to take the Carolina job.
Fact. Brad Stevens, you could have kept yourself from looking like a moron if you had just taken the Carolina job when I know they called. That is wild.
Yeah. I was not expecting that today, but here we are. Because I thought for sure after you struck out on the honest deal, I thought for sure you would mend the fences and just go, okay, this is what we got. Because you're not competing for a title with this.
Oh, and here's
you're not competing with the OKCs or the San Antonios. Now you're not even competing with Cleveland, hardly.
No, all of those teams are better than you know. I mean, you're reasonably deep, which will keep you as a 5-6 seed in the East, but you're not a threat to a title. Here's the other one, and you made a really good point there about Giannis. So the onus of that deal was that they didn't want to give up Jaylen Brown and young players and draft picks. Well, if this is what you valued Jaylen Brown at, why did you care? What did it matter? Why would you not just give it up to get a legit star to pair with Jason Tatum? And now, to me, you've put him out on an island to die. That's brutal. That is brutal. Call-in line's open, 864-240-5480, as is the text line, 864-777-9593. We have several texts that we need to get to before we go into the commercial break. First one's from our buddy Jerry, North Carolina. He said, let's assume that Brandon Ayuk is not Washington-bound. What other free agent wide receivers or trade target wide receivers do you see as realistic for Washington this year? Also, as a fellow great big fat person, what's the secret, brother? I lost 50 pounds on keto in what was it, 71 days?
Something like that.
I will say keto, if you can abide by it, it is good times. The only thing is that no bread, no taters, no drinky drinks.
None of the good stuff.
No fun. Yeah, I mean, I had 71 really bleak days in the hope that it gave me that it gave me 71 months on the backside. That was what my hope was. And also this week, I have broken that aggressively. Jerry, so to answer your question, the one that just keeps screaming to me is Stephon Diggs. Because I mean, that's the best receiver out on the market. Or maybe you go back to Deebo Samuel. I just don't think that's. If I'm Washington, I'm still not out on Brandon Ayuk. But I do need Jaden Daniels to call his buddy and go, could you please shut up for just a minute and take Instagram off of your phone? Because you're starting to look like that weird dude that goes through a breakup and then starts posting selfies of his watch with his steering wheel. And it's starting to make you look like a Looney Tune. And the more you talk, the less likely you are to get what you want. I was fully in Brandon Ayuk's camp here because I think John Lynch is just a buffoon at times. And this whole situation, I think, has been buffoonery at its highest. But the more you talk and the more you look crazy. Did you see the video of him taking money out of his book bag and throwing it on the floor to show how much money he had made from San Francisco? It was insane. I mean, he's looking like Antonio Brown. You sound like a lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not out on Ayuk to Washington. Stephon Diggs is the one that would be at the absolute top of my list. If there was a trade to be had, and now this is a good time to say Washington's very high on Antonio Williams. If there was a trade to be had,
I mean, he is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Stop that. We talked about
bold
that
prediction.
We that was in the article earlier from ESPN. And I mean, I read that and I went, so let me get straight. The editor told you need 10 and you got to 9 and the teacher was walking around to get the homework and you just scribbled the first thing that came to your brain. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Jacksonville would be really high on my list to call on Brian Thomas. I don't think they would move off of him. They've been really fond of him in the offseason. Houston has a bunch of guys. I'm trying to think if there's a team that just has a guy that doesn't really fit. I'm not seeing a ton of them. I mean, San Francisco's got a couple that, with adding Dazon Stribling, they've got a couple. I mean, I don't think it fixes your problem. The issue with guys that, I mean, would I call Tyreek Hill? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Tyreek
Hill. One of my first calls.
Him with Jaden could be electric. I don't know if you start getting into issues because you got to remember David Blau is the offensive coordinator now. And I don't know what the fit's going to look like there, but it's definitely worth the call. So, I mean, Tyreek Hill. Ayuk's still my 1. Tyreek Hill would be my 2. Stephon Diggs is my 3, and I ain't getting to 4.
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins is 84 years old. Like, I love him, but at this point, he separates like 2-ply toilet paper. I'm not saying it can't happen, but when it does, it was not intentional.
It's still better than what you got, though.
Is it, though? Is it better or is it different? Because different's not always better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's definitely a bigger name. I just don't know that the production on the field is going to be better. He's definitely a veteran. I mean, if you want to get down that rabbit hole, he looks like he's on the backside of receiver age to me. Calling line's open, and we have a caller on the line, 864-240-5480. I almost did that thing where I gave out the text line, told them to call that, and then we get voicemails that we don't know what
there's
to say
nothing on it
because there's no words there. Caller, who's this?
Hey, this is Boston Celtics fan Roger.
Hey, it's Roger, one of our favorite people. He got me thinking about Sylvester Stallone yesterday. Sylvester Stallone has made a gajillion dollars playing one role. Roger, I do have to ask, how do you feel right now with Jaylen Brown headed to the Philadelphia 76ers?
I understand why they did it. I don't like the return. I don't like what they got back. He was the finals MVP 2 years ago. He is more reliable physically than Jason Tatum. It's not close. they made a decision because of Jaylen Brown's streaming opinions that he went on live stream and talked about how really essentially saying without Jason Tatum, he's having his most happiest year, and he's at his and he's had his having the most fun. Well, I understand that. I'm a Jaylen Brown fan because the guy just puts his head down some nights and goes to work and can carry a team offensively, and he's also solid on defense. I'll be okay with the trade if we can move some of these picks that the genius Brad Stevens, and I say that with quotation marks, he's had so many draft picks. He's had the draft picks basically 10, 11 years ago, 12 years ago that OKC has now in terms of the depth and inventory of draft picks. And of all those picks, he's had two that have turned out well, and that's Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. The rest of them, this genius has either whiffed on, or they've been so-so, or they've been just guys that you just traded off. I don't buy that Brad Stevens is a genius. Some people want to say he's the next, minus the cigar, he's Red Auerbach. I don't believe that.
I have to say, just this bites. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Being close to the Nuggets and what I know, they were ready to give up Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray by himself is better than Paul George in the draft picks you just got.
Yes. No, I agree.
And he's one of the most unselfish players in the league. I hated the idea of that. I had resigned myself to it because everything I'd heard, that was going to be the highest offer. I just don't understand how you got there to a team in your own conference.
That's the problem, too, is you're trading to your rival who just beat you. And not only did they just beat you, but your coach, who is a phone call away or a halftime visit away with some of the worst offensive strategy I've ever seen in my life. They had the worst offensive possessions consecutively. They were worse than San Antonio, or just as bad as San Antonio when San Antonio had the 28-point lead.
Yes.
Boston was just as bad. Chucking threes, not caring about how much time was on the shot clock. This is what they need. It's very simple. They need a guard. They're not going to get the kind of guard of Jalen Brunson's caliber. They're going to have to settle for a C+, B- type guard, or maybe they get lucky and get a B+ ball handling guard. A guy who can look at Jason Tatum and say, "You're in my way. Go somewhere else and set up for a shot," because you're not handling the ball. Jason Tatum, I don't like him with the ball in his hand. He is just he doesn't look right out on the perimeter when he's trying, and all he ever does is attempt to make a move and then step back and shoot from a distance. I'm tired of that. If Brad Stevens is okay with that, then he's even worse than I thought he was. Mazzulla is the coach of that team, and his coaching in that Philly series was just awful. I mean, terrible.
It is. This one is definitely shocking to me. And I think Brad Stevens is, I've said this for a long time about our business of just because you're a great player does not mean you're a great analyst. It also doesn't mean that you're insanely bright. It means that you are very athletically gifted. The same thing works for GMs and head coaches. I think Brad Stevens was a very good head coach, more so in college than in the pros. But it translated in a way that it rarely does. And I think he just signaled with an absolute road flare, I'm nowhere near the GM that I am head coach.
I agree. He was better as a head coach. His only problem as a head coach was he couldn't get through LeBron James. And he had frustration with that. But he was successful, and they had some good years. I don't like the three-point philosophy of offense. If you're going to do that. Look who just won the title. Look at the games that New York played, and look what they did in those games. They weren't dominant on three. They weren't obsessed with three. They didn't even care so much about threes. They moved the ball. They had a real point guard, and they passed the ball around, and they got good shots, and they made twos valuable shots. That's what playoff basketball is. It's different than the regular season. The regular season does not mean jack. Nobody plays defense in the regular season. I don't care what your record is. Now, as long as, if we get some veteran guys, I don't care if we win 50 games, if we got guys that are playoff experienced, and know what to do with the ball in the fourth quarter, I'm okay with this trade if Paul George is healthy in the playoffs. We might make a run, but we need a guard. We need a guard who can handle the ball and tell Jason Tatum to go set up somewhere else, go play pretty boy Duke ball down in the corner, or run some cuts or screen or something. But you're not handling the ball. I got this. I'm handling the ball, and I'd be okay with this trade if we move some picks and get a guard.
For sure. Roger.
No, they went and got Mike Conley. They'll be fine.
They did get Mike Conley, who's 38 years old. I actually,
oh my gosh.
I played against Mike Conley.
Was Chris Paul not available?
Yeah. I played in an AAU tournament against Mike Conley. That's how old he is. Roger, we appreciate the call. We're up against a hard out.
Man. Thank you.
Always appreciate you, my friend. This is the Sportsocracy Upstate on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Fox Sports Upstate weather.
Hey everybody, this is meteorologist Grace Lau with WIFF News 4. We have heat on the way, but not after some storms late this afternoon into your evening hours. As we go towards the next several days, we do have temperatures in the mid to upper 90s.
You know what Les Snead says about picks?
4th of July weekend. Have a great day.
Without saying it out loud, yeah, I just said that to Breaks.
Yes.
Yeah, I just said, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
I have no idea how much time we actually have left.
You're gonna have you have about three minutes or so.
Sweet. I got about enough time to get through the text we already have. Yeah, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a little. I was about to cut you off and be like, "Hey, we got to hit a break."
I was looking at it going, as soon as the call opened, I was like, "Oh, I know Roger's a Boston Celtics fan. I know what he's calling about." And I was like, I should have taken the break and then given him the opportunity. And these are things that you learn.
Yeah, you figure it out as you go.
Because I hate cutting people off.
Yeah.
I hate it. I mean, I know you have to sometimes, but.
All right, you're on a clock. Tell them it's my fault. Hey, Trey said shut up.
It don't always work for an Angie.
Hey, we're learning as we go.
Yeah.
You know what else I've learned? Them breaks are going to have to get significantly less.
So like a lot of these are 45 seconds over with their, so it's supposed to be a 3-minute break and it'll be 3:50.
I'm going to talk to Aaron about it tomorrow.
Or like the 2-minute break there at the top, 3:50. I'm like, that's way over. That's way too much.
Yeah, we're way over the commercial inventory.
Yeah.
Light.com.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce. Pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at
Tank, I got about enough time to run through the text.
Starting at $5.99.
Okay.
And then we'll be up against it because I went Robert Saleh all gas, no break.
No, I am aware.
Sounds like he's used to it.
Hey, he's the one that's usually the point guard. He's good at this.
Yeah. How's it feel seeing your little gosling leave the nest and spread his wings and intro and outro?
It's quite pleasing.
I can't tell if he's being facetious or not.
I don't know him that well, but it sounded pretty facetious to me.
It did.
No, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to watch him. It's fun to watch him squirm sometimes.
100%. See, for me, it's the exact opposite of I know some of the old bosses and some of the things they said to him. So now for him to, at least for this week, be able to just play the analyst role in a new market and just say smart stuff, I love it.
All right, back in 10.
You can zone out in the shade. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and find your next summer preset now.
Closing time here, hour 2, Sportsocracy Upstate on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate. I have to admit something. Tank is usually our point guard.
Yeah.
And I went full Tyrese Maxey in that last very long segment of all gas, no brakes. I saw a look on Trey's face of this is a new system, and I can't do anything with the commercials, so we're going to get to a certain point where it's going to shut you up, whether you want to do it or not.
I was doing a lot of math in my head.
I'm not going to lie. I was doing it over your shoulder going, I have made boo-boos. These are boo-boos that we need to learn from because I made mistakes. But it has been great conversation. We appreciate everyone that has called in today. Everyone that's been active in the chat and our text messages. We have some of those to get to here really fast on the way out. Soaring Eagle sent a text in. I don't know if y'all saw this, but it broke earlier today. College football, 2028 five-star Jet Harrison, younger brother of Marvin Harrison Jr., has committed to the Ohio State University. So good to see that the Brian Hartline pipeline is still very alive and well, even with him at South Florida. I'm not surprised by that. They do a really good job with wide receivers, and son of Marvin Harrison, brother of Marvin Harrison Jr. The vending machine king, Chad, with a text said, "Go Tigers!" All in, laughing at the fact that he got me on the Sandstorm in Columbia. And then Alex Sander, you want to know what caused all this craziness with the sports in general? I believe the Knicks won the finals after being the laughingstock of the sport for the better part of my lifetime. Seeing the Celtics trade Brown makes me laugh. That front office showed their hand when they tried to trade him in the first place, and instead of sending him west, they traded him for the spirit of Paul George and a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I will say this about Philly getting Brown. That team is now a contender to usurp the Knicks, but it will 100% depend on what they put behind him. I agree with that completely. He also threw out an idea. What if the Rams reached out to Brandon Ayuk and said, hey, you remember what Seattle did with Cooper Kupp? We're going to do that with you. Shut up and rebuild your stock. He's Trey Falco. He's Tank Spencer. I'm Jeremy Greene. We'll be right back here, 5 o'clock tomorrow, the Sportsocracy Upstate on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
On the Dan Scott Show, we get to do two of my favorite things. That's talk about faith and sports. Bring them all
without having to drop anything or break the system or anything like that.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Look at that.
Look at us.
All right, so I will in the morning we will have a chat of what's working, what's not, what we need to change, how we need to do all the things like we were going to do this morning, but I was trying to rehab Megan and
occupied.
Yeah, I mean, because I was afraid she's dead. So like, oh bother,
Oops.
oh bother. She. This may have been the big one, and I was at fault for that. Oh, y'all have got a morning show in the morning?
Yes.
Okay.